Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Gray Man Prepping. It's time for Survival Saturday, and tonight's topic is going to be about another way of surviving. Have a side hustle to help support your family. How's everybody doing out there? Let's see what we got over here, and I got more people coming in, so let's hit the lineup here. So got Walt Rogers, Shady Hill Homestead, Troop 1351, Chef Tech, Geeky Gardens, Diana 2, Kaylin Strain, CB at Hugo Homestead, Daniel Berry Sports Highlight, and Suzanne Galley. And there is the link for those who want to come up here and talk about this. Let me pin it so it stays pinned there. Pin message. There we go. All righty. So, side hustles are amazing things if you hit the right side hustle. Let's see, about 4 years ago, 5 years ago now, 2019 spring, one of the channels I was following, still am following them, Arms Family Homestead. Daniel was here's Mark. Hey, Mark.
Hey.
So Daniel was a Oklahoma State Trooper. His wife, DJ, had a custom photography business. And I think at the time they were coming up on 100,000 subscribers, and they were just starting to launch some of their t-shirts and stuff for their YouTube channel. Mother Earth Garden Club, good evening. And within a year, they'd hit 200,000 subscribers. And then about middle of the following year, 2020, they were making more from YouTube and their merchandise than he was making as a state trooper. And that was when things were really starting to get really crazy for law enforcement. People think, we can kill cops whenever we want to. So he decided to retire. And the last time I heard them talking about any money, they're making about twice what he was making as a state trooper. And they're now, I think they got like 400,000 or more subscribers. I haven't even looked to see how many subscribers they actually have. I just watched their videos. But their merchandise is just, they bought another property there in Oklahoma, and they had a shop put on it. And one of the last videos, he goes, "Shop's not big enough." There's a building for shipping everything. He goes, "It's not big enough," because they're also selling all these was it cashews or pecans. They're selling and all this other stuff, and all the mugs and all the t-shirts, the donkey poodle t-shirts for their alpacas, and all the other stuff they're selling and stuff. And it's just their side hustle has become their main income. And now they have a cabin on another property they bought, and they got a couple cabins around stuff. And now they're thinking about doing Airbnb with these other cabins. So it's just like, whoa, okay, side hustles has turned into their main source of income for them. Hang on a second here. I just got to. Okay, hang on. My daughter just texted me. There we go. Daniel wants to sleep over here, so let him know after the live stream he can come over. So, what are some of the things you can do as a side hustle? Well, I got some stuff to show you guys here. Some ideas. Of course, last night, if you were on Camp Patton Family Compound last night, we were talking about knitting and quilting to stay warm. Talked about how my wife has sold some of her quilts and how she, when we first got married, she was doing side hustle as a seamstress and doing alterations and stuff like that. So, Wayne Hunter's in the house. Hey, Wayne. And talking about all the different cool things that she's been doing as a side hustle. And I got some stuff here to show you some of the stuff I started to do, and just waiting in California, waiting to get things set up here. The shop totally set up to do it up here. There are a bunch, and I've heard a lot of stuff people talking about on YouTube videos about how to do it. Doing drop shifting, selling digital products on Amazon or eBay stuff. There's a lot of stuff doing it. Uber and Lyft. I mean, Joe, Garden State Gardener, that's what he does quite a bit, is Ubering in the evening. Teresa Buchanan, hey, how's it going? And also Uber Eats, DoorDash. Courtney and Dustin at White Family Farm have done that. But there's cleaning services, dog walking, mystery shopper stuff you get paid for. There's a whole bunch of things you can do to make extra money. When I first bought my first house in California, let me put this down for a second. I bought my house in California, and about 4 weeks after I bought it, we got permits, added a second bathroom to it. Not a second, a third bathroom to it. And I rented out 2 rooms and to help pay for the house. Well, as it turned out, the second room I rented out was to the staff sergeant. And because when she came over to look at it, she had a boyfriend with her. I was like, eh. And the first one I went out to, she was just a recent divorcee. And there were a couple other ones I was renting out to. I learned my lesson from my mom's rental and my sister's rentals that she had on this stuff. Guys are pig pens usually. Don't rent to guys if you're doing a share rental type thing. And so staff sergeant was the only one that was bugging me, during the week. Have you decided yet? I go, fine, all right, you got it. 3 weeks later, we were engaged.
3 weeks? Did you even rent the room out physically?
Yeah, she was in there. I went hunting. I came back from hunting one weekend with a deer, and some creepy guy was prowling the neighborhood. And the cops have been called on him, and they thought, oh, we hear something outside. Da, 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 da. So it's like, both the girls were in the living room. Oh, what are we doing? I heard someone outside, and okay, hang on. Went into my room. They heard me clunk, 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 opened the gun safe, racked the shotgun. All right, I'm going outside. And the one was like, and Chris was like, whoa.
This is in California. You were allowed to have a shotgun? Must have been a long time ago.
No, you're allowed to have shotguns right now. Shotguns are preferred over AR platforms.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because it's not a scary gun. Gotcha.
But this one was a scary gun. This was a Mossberg bullpup. Anyways, went outside, said, did a patrol there around the house with the flashlight and stuff, and nobody there. It might have been the neighbor's cat. They like trying climbing up on the screens of the windows. Try to get attention to get some loving. The one girl went back to her room, and Chris and I stayed up talking most of the night.
And she never went back to her room again. No, I'm just kidding.
No, she did. And like I said, it was a couple of weeks later, But yeah. Anyways, so side hustles do have benefits. Hey, I got an accountant. I got a staff sergeant from my side hustle.
Yeah, some side hustles, I mean, there's permitting involved. Depends on the state and where you're at, what kind of hustle you're doing. I mean, if you want to be a hairstylist in some states, oh no, you can't just put up a sign and tell your friends, because once the state finds out, you're in big trouble.
Yeah. Talking about custom cake decorating, my wife's maid of honor, her mom went to try and remember it, in San Francisco, the big culinary school in San Francisco. She went there, went through that, and was working in one of the big fancy restaurants in the East Bay. And she was doing custom cakes on the side with her daughter, the maid of honor, and they were doing custom cakes and stuff. So as well. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, there's a lot of difference. Let's hop over and look at some other ideas here. Let's see. There it is, hairstylist right there. Right hand column, hairstylist.
What's bottom left? What is house hacking? What is that? Where you hack into a house and just move in and sell it?
House hacking is one of those things. It's like flipping houses. That's the other thing they call, instead of flipping them, they call them house hacking.
Yeah, you need some money to do that.
Yeah, you need some startup money for that. House sitter, babysitting, boyfriend or girlfriend for hire. I have heard about that, where they need to dump or get rid of an existing boyfriend, girlfriend, and so they'll hire someone else to be one, and they see him out with a new boyfriend, girlfriend. They go, "Oh crap, I'm done." All right. They stop stalking them.
Or it could go the wrong direction. You got to watch that too.
Yeah. Sell crafts. That was big when I was doing when I was Scoutmaster for Troop 1351, and also when I was the committee chair for the CERT committee in Martinez. They had the Peddlers Fair every Saturday during the summer. And they had farmers markets on Sundays. Well, we had booze at both of them, selling ice cream or hot chocolate. And in the wintertime for the winter festival, we were the only ones selling hot chocolate and hot dogs. And so the troop made a lot of money. The CERT made enough money to buy a trailer, and then the police decided, now we're going to fund you. We're going to fund you totally, so no more selling. got the city council off their butt to actually fund the CERT committee. But hey, we paid for a lot of our own equipment before the city goes, okay, we're going to fund you. Video editing, interior design, home staging for selling. There are people that's what they do. If someone wants to sell their home and they want to do sell by owner, they go in there and show them what they need to do to set it up, get it all staged to sell, and that's what they do.
They do the staging for them. There's companies that'll do that.
Yeah,
they'll bring in furniture, you name it. They bring it in. Forks, knives, spoons in the drawers. They bring in everything, so it looks like somebody's living there, but it's a beautiful. Wow, it's so nice. Yeah. And as soon as that house sells, boom, all that stuff goes right back to the storage unit.
Yep. Let's see. Selling items on eBay or Craigslist. There's a lot of people that'll buy stuff and resell it.
You go down to the local consignment store, not consignment. Goodwill and that. People, I got lines at my local Goodwill every morning, and and it's the same cars every day. They're in there looking for that one item they can resell and make a buck on, which is great. That's fine. Everybody makes a buck, and somebody's happy at the end.
Yeah. There's recycling different things and stuff. Rent your spare room. Did that, but not on Airbnb. let's see. There's a bunch of little things on here. I've looked at some of these. Part-time job. All right, yeah. Side hustle generally gives you more flexibility than a part-time job. There's product reviews, like for Amazon and Home Depot and Lowe's have product reviewers, so you can make stuff on. So there's a bunch of different things you can do as well. You can look up, just Google, side hustles. Go to images and you'll find a whole bunch of these things with different lists of different side hustles, and you might find something that works for you. So the idea is to make more side hustle income, especially if you have a job you really hate. If you can make your side hustle make more than the job you hate, then you can quit the job you hate and have two side hustles. Which is sort of what, like I started at the beginning, Daniel Arms and DJ Arms, getting into making so much on YouTube, all their videos and stuff, and then they got into following, and then they just they were making good money. People were buying their T-shirts, their hoodies, all the stuff they're selling. Is like, to me, I'm like, I don't want to do that.
That becomes a full-time job, and then some. Video editing, all that, and one wrong word, your whole thing just comes crashing down all at once. Boom, gone.
Yeah. I'm looking at side chat here. And there are different ways to become a wood carver. I want to talk about that one here in a minute. There are some seasonal yard decoration. There are people that do yard decorations. Hey, Butch, how's it going? There are guys that go out there and they have all the neat electronically controlled Christmas lights. And they put it all up. They get put it all up and stuff, so it does all the flashing, bring out the rock speakers and stuff, so you can play Christmas music and stuff. And they charge people to rent it, and they set it up, and they rent the stuff out, and they take it down and make sure and go through and test it, put it all away till the next year.
You got to invest in a whole lot of stuff. That's not a side hustle. That's a business.
Yeah. Well, see, they only do it one from November to January to take down in January. So, but
right. You still have to invest in all the equipment and everything, and have the tech and probably insurance, because if somebody gets on there and destroys your stuff, you're kind of out of a lot of equipment.
Yeah. All right. One of the things that I started doing just for my kids, because my kids love the Thomas the Tank Engine, Brio, the brand name Brio, wooden track sets, but they hated the fact that the size of some of the pieces. So this is a Brio. This is an actual Brio one, and they had to get a whole bunch of them to make a long one. Well, I made long ones.
There you go.
And my grandkids love this because they can actually incline it a little bit and make their stuff on it. And I didn't
put them next to each other and race them.
And out in the shop, I got bigger boxes of it. So this is the normal size curve pieces, and I've made some normal size curve pieces, but I also made it where it has a longer radius on it, because they'll get on the tight ones. They'll get so many trains behind, they pull it and they fall over. So I made longer ones so my kids could do the long trains and not fall over. So once I get all the woodworking stuff down here, I'll start making that and go to the farmers market / peddlers fair in Idaho.
You got to do something slightly different to it, or else you're on a trademark problem there if they catch you.
No, because there's so much other ones being out there that are because they're so interchangeable. There's like 20 different companies, and we've looked at pieces that are almost absolutely identical.
Yeah, just
And
got
the
to
only
put one
thing,
little notch on the side and say it's different. Yeah.
the only thing I would do is I would make this gap in this piece here in the middle so it's narrower, because there's two different sizes of trains. The smaller ones, which aren't as common but they are popular, won't work on this track. They got to have a plastic track where the entire thing is open. So I plan to do that. So then mine will be different. Mine will work on both tracks though. But one of the other things I got years ago, and I just haven't gotten around to do anything much with it. This, anybody know what this is? All right, people, guess what this is. And yes, this one's made in China from 15 years ago, because I couldn't find anything made in the U.S. here.
I do woodworking and I have no clue. Looks familiar.
Okay, so I'll give you a hint. This side is a right-hand thread. This side here is a left-hand thread. This is like a turnbuckle type piece.
Oh, it's like a clamp. Oh, I know. Oh, that's for stretching out waistbands on pants.
No, close.
Oh, it'll do that too.
Stretch it out. This is for hats, namely cowboy hats.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, if you're wearing a good felt cowboy hat, guess what it does during the summertime? You get the sweat in there, even though in the sweatbands is leather usually. It starts shrinking and pulling the hat in, and you need to. So you take the hat off, and everything's wet. You stretch it back out a little bit so it dries into stretched out size.
Make one a little bit bigger. Make a longer shaft in the middle. I thought about doing this a long time ago because, you know, I outgrew my jeans by like 1 inch. And I'm like, man, I just got to stretch these things, get them wet, put them make a stretcher and just crank it out and don't rip the seams, just stretch the denim.
Yeah. One thing I don't like about this, I'm not sure how well is you're going to see this. This angles down like this.
Yeah, so it'll pop out.
Well, you know, you don't need to worry about it popping out. That's the problem. It does pop out.
Yeah.
It needs to be more flat to work properly in the hats, because the hat band is on your cowboy hats. It's not tapered right away. It goes up a little bit before it starts to taper on your good quality hats. Now, maybe in your Chinese hats, they taper right away. But well, I have the stuff to make this. I just need, you know, once I have the scroll saw down here, the wood band saw, and the other stuff down here, boom, I can make these and sell these at the farmers market as well. And I'll also be selling boot jacks, because the price of boot jacks around here are insane. And I can make boot jacks a lot cheaper.
What's a boot jack? Goes like toe to heel?
No, hang on a second here. Let me show some of the stuff here.
Hey, Howie's in the house. Hey, Howie.
Howie, how's it going? All right. Amazon. Because I need to make boot jacks, as I got my grandkids cowboy boots. And so these are boot jacks. And so
you stand on one and put your heel in the other, and you can pull the boot off.
Yeah.
That's what the girlfriend is for.
That one doesn't have multiple. Some of them have multiple pictures of them actually in use, but yeah. So you line this front part here with either leather or felt, and some put rubber on here. The ones that my dad had didn't have any. It was just wood. You know. So unless your boots are muddy, you don't have to worry about you may worry about slipping off. But I could just run it over the table saw. You go zip, 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 and put grooves in it and lacquer it up, and it'll be good. But yeah. So and then of course the boot hooks to pull the boots on with. Working metal and stuff and wood, I can make those really good. One of the things I made for my scouts, which I will be doing as well, is I got some hardwood rod, and I cut it in 9-inch lengths, and then I put a got a threaded eye hook on it and drilled it, threaded it in there, wrapped the handle with rubber electrical tape. Hey, Dutch ovens, picking up the lids, picking up the whole Dutch oven to carry it. And I made some longer ones that were about 24-inch long for the big cast irons where you got two of the little scouts carrying it. So it's not so heavy on just one scout carrying it. And one of the things I made for my wife one year is something similar to this. And, you just, you take, the wooden scrub brushes, mount them on a little bracket there. So it's a boot cleaner in the wintertime, especially in muddy areas. And so once I have all the woodworking stuff down here, I'll probably start making those as well too. But there is a lot of things you can do. My brother and I did chimney sweeping for several years. But I mean, until the East Bay Regional, the Bay Area Air Quality Management Board started shutting down everybody's fireplaces, saying, "You guys can't burn because we're having an inversion layer, and the wind's just blowing. It's not an inversion layer. The wind's blowing fresh air in from the sea, and you can't do it because it's creating too much smog in the Bay Area." So people stopped burning firewood. So all of a sudden it's like, chimney cleaning went down the toilet. Yeah, writing books, children books, and stuff like that, poetry, whatever. That's my other side hustle I'm working on. As soon as I get enough out there, I can start dumping them on Amazon, so I can dump out one a month for a year, and then I have because when you dump more like that, it pushes sales up, and then I can just spend more time just writing and stuff, and actually getting my wife to help me out on the writing. I'll dictate on the the one program where you just talk and it types and everything. You can go back and you just kind of changed it, where it was putting funky words and try to do funky autocorrect on you where you don't want it to.
Oh, like Siri. Kidding.
Oh, I've seen some funny videos on Siri. People making up Siri. Siri, what's the temperature outside? Roll down the window, stick your head outside, you lazy idiot.
I think I told you my mother-in-law had not Siri, Alexa in her house.
Yeah.
And at night, she left the radio playing at night. And there was one commercial on that radio station that would say, "Alexa, tune to 106.9 The Eagle." And at like 3 a.m, Alexa would start playing that radio channel, and she would freak her out. She's like, "What is going on?" And then we figured it out. It took her about 6 months of dealing with this and shutting Alexa off at night before they realized. And then now people are not allowed to do that on the radio anymore because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, that could cause problems.
Anybody with Alexa that's listening right now, I just made their Alexa turn to 106.9 Eagle.
Yeah. Estate sales, yard sales. You go and you pick up garage sales, yard sales, estate sales. You pick up stuff and take it to the farmer's market or the flea market and sell it. I've seen on Tammy's Facebook page. I got this. It'd be an American 21 quart pressure canner, all American. It's dirty because it's been used, but it doesn't have a seal. But it look, and people, you don't need a seal. It's an all American. Just clean it up and it's good.
Yeah,
people don't know $20 bucks for it.
Yeah, sell it for $150.
Yeah,
or keep it.
Yeah.
I picked one up for $25. I'm looking at it right now. It was disgusting. It literally took me probably about 6 hours of cleaning. It had so much oil on the outside. This guy took oiling that lip seal to the extreme. Yeah. And everything was just like cooked on oil. It stunk. And I spent a lot of time cleaning it up, put a new gauge on it. I'm looking right at it. I haven't used it yet because I got 3 other ones in the house. I should just sell it, but I kind of don't like selling my stuff.
Yeah. And that's
I should ship it to this guy Gil out in Idaho. He'd love it.
Well, now the next pressure canner we get is going. Actually, I need to take a look at that. Oh, I'm thinking of it here.
930, 940.
Bigger.
They don't make it much bigger than 940. You can like
it's the 941. So it's 41 and a half. 41 and a half quarts.
Yeah, you better have a large enough stove for that to sit on.
Oh yeah, I got 2.
Okay.
Actually, I got 3 stoves large enough for that to sit on. They're all propane.
Do you have an exhaust vent over it, or is it just a freestanding one?
Freestanding outside.
Yeah, I got that too. Just don't overheat it. We talked about that before.
Yeah.
That turkey fryer burner is not good for pressure canning.
Well, yeah, these aren't turkey fryer burners. The one is a 4-burner stove, and the other one is the Camp Chef stoves. But yeah, it looks like it's out of. Yeah, both the sellers are out of stock currently on Amazon, so there's no price on it. Wait a minute, they brought up the wrong one there. That's not the one.
What are they going for now? Like 400 and change? Got to be in the $400 range. Those things are massive.
Yeah. And it's the one from the All American store. They don't have any in stock right now.
Yeah, because it's this holiday season. Everybody's buying them for everybody else for presents or for themselves.
Yeah. But that's the thing. If you can find these type things at estate sales, then that's probably going to do the best is at an estate sale or a garage sale.
Go on Facebook Marketplace and put in the word. Don't put in All American. Put in pressure cooker. People have no idea what they have half the time, and they think it's a giant pressure cooker. So they throw it on Facebook Marketplace for like $40 or $50. I want to do some research on it and snap it up because as long as the mating surfaces are sealed and it's not overheated and cracked, and you can tell by looking at it. Any questions? Just go on Tammy's website; she'll tell you all about it.
Yeah,
buy it, keep it, or buy it, clean it up, and sell it. I could probably sell my one I'm looking at here for like $150 easy, and I only paid $25 for it plus $40 for the gauge and the pin.
Yeah. Because usually sometimes on like Amazon, you have stuff like the All American being sold by the All American store on Amazon, and they'll have other people that have bought them and stuff, and they're selling them for more. But there is no other options to purchase. So, but yeah, that's where you want to go to. Come on, brain.
Marketplace.
Why you want to go to? The garage sales, sales, and estate sales, and maybe even a thrift store that has a dummy in that it doesn't know what it's worth, and they haven't marked super cheap because it's all disgusting and dirty and stuff. And
even auctions, sometimes you get lucky, but you got to sit through the whole auction.
Yeah, and that brings up the other thing. There are people as their side hustle, they do storage container buying. That's a gamble.
Oh, it's a big gamble.
Sometimes, the thing is, though, they don't sell it closed. They open it up. You got a couple of minutes to look around. You can't touch it. You can look in from the outside, and they sell the whole thing that way. They don't want anybody going in and pocketing something, but they said someone can look in and see what's in there and see if they want to bid on it. And
those you got to watch. I've seen other stuff on that. Aside from all the TV episodes where these guys are buying stuff and bidding, the storage auction the storage companies themselves
Mm-hmm.
will open up these lockers, even though there's a red lock on it. We have to cut it off, and they make it look good on TV. They open it up. They cut the lock off. They open it up. They go through. They're like, okay, this is crap. Let's leave it all in here and stick it in the back. And they open 3 or 4 more. They put like, what looks like a safe or something. They let it stick out just a little bit so everybody can see it. And then they cover it up with other things. And then people bid big on it, and they get everything, and the safe is just junk. Yeah, and they do it just to make money. And unless you know the storage unit owner, you'll find out real quick whether or not that's valid or not.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing is you can do stuff. One of the things now, shifting gears here, going back to the farmers market, and that's one of the things I want to do here. I want to get get it set up on the bigger property over there. Is put in a bunch of fruit trees, and that way I can, apples, go harvest a bunch of apples and stuff, take it to the farmers market, give out business cards, and that way after the farmer market shuts down and I'm still harvesting apples, people know that they can contact me, and I can also put it up on Facebook Marketplace, and also here in they have the on Facebook they have the Southeast Idaho Hobby Farms page, and people sell food and stuff, like that all the time.
I got 2 of my restaurant customers know I have property. We talk about it. I told them what I want to do there, and I said, look, I got 4 acres. I said I could literally grow a ton of stuff. It would be a full-time job. Yeah. I said, but what am I going to do with it besides can? I can only can so much and give away so much. I was like, I'll grow, if you want me to grow a certain pepper, I'll grow, rows of a certain pepper or whatever. You come and get it and you can buy it from me. And they're like, absolutely. Because they're all farm to table guys and they don't have to account for, and they know I don't use any pesticides, chemicals. So they know they could get away with that and bring it in. And because they grow some of their own herbs in little garden beds on the sidewalk. I'm like, really? You don't worry about people walking by? They're like, no, we don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, if I get the garden going over there and I start the stuff early enough, indoors, I can go out there and plant, the squash, the different types of varieties of squash and stuff, and the lettuces. Because I've seen people selling it at the farmers market, and it's locally grown lettuce. I go, ooh, no pesticide, none. Boom, it's gone. That stuff goes.
Yeah,
and
if you got a small greenhouse, you can do herbs in that all year long if it's heated.
Yeah,
and you could sell these. You just got to find a market that's going to do it, or marketplace, or Facebook, or whatever. Yeah.
Well, the farmers market up there is a good thing. If I get the Wallapini put in, that Chris and I want to do, we can grow a lot of stuff year round, and we can start, stuff and get, instead of having it in the little small 4-inch cups or the 6-inch cups, we can have it in 1-gallon containers. The plants and stuff. As soon as it's warm enough, okay, stick it in there, and suddenly we got 3 months ahead of everybody else. When the farmers market first opens up, we're selling zucchini and patty pan squash and all the other stuff.
Yep, ready to go.
Yeah, and then come around the last couple of weeks of the farmers markets, like, all right, Idaho grown pumpkins.
So we want to, once we build in that, I want my garage with triple deep or double deep, and half of it's going to be my kitchen. And I already have people lined up. They want me to teach them how to can. Yeah. And just basic stuff. And if I have all the food and stuff, and it's like, yeah, I'll teach you for entertainment purposes only. Keep it out of the 4-H and the state-run legislator that you can't teach canning. You're not certified by the 4-H club or whatever. It's like I can teach whatever I want. It's just for entertainment purposes. Do what you want. This is what I do.
Yeah. Well, technically, you're certified as a chef, right?
It depends on what you want to call a certification. I went to culinary school. Does that certify me?
Yeah.
Sure. I'm not certified by.
And they say you're not certified by this agency, and you fire right back at them. Well, that agency is not certified to certify anybody.
Nobody's certified to certify anybody. They just want your money.
Yeah. But there's a lot of things you can do. But talked about last night. Making quilts, knitting stuff. Making sweaters, gloves, beanies. There's a lot of stuff that you can do and make and sell, and you can do it at different times. There we go. And you can do it at different times to sell things here. Because one of the things I am thinking about doing in the wintertime, when the house gets cold, find it here.
Sell heat, sell warm air in jars. I bet people will buy it.
Close, very close.
Just heat the jar up and open it up, and you got warm air coming out.
No. Candle making.
Yep.
On all the different types of wicks. Got molds for Easter bunnies, for Christmas stuff, for Halloween stuff. Halloween's a big one. The paraffin wax beads and stuff. Regular candle shapes and stuff. The molds and that stuff to making them.
How much is paraffin going for these days? Like a brick of I don't know how much it weighs.
All right, a 20-pound box of the beads, which is easier to use, is $72. 10-pound, you get from the same company. If you get the 10-pound one, it's $42. So it's cheaper to get the 20-pound one.
Well, yeah, always.
Yeah, and the dyes, so you can dye the wax to different colors and make all sorts of cool things. But
so my dad told me a fun story a long time ago that he said some international buyer of things was just going around the world, and he's in some small Asian country and walking through some little podunk town, and there's this little old man with all these different wood carved statues, and there he is, like hand carving a wood statue, and he puts it out, and it takes him a little while to do it. And the guy says, "Hey, how much do you want for that?" He's like, $5. Guy's like, "Okay, I need 10,000 of them. How much then?" He's like, $5,000 a piece. He's like, "Well, that's ridiculous. Why?" He's like, "The first one's fun."
Yeah. One of the things with dealing with candles, you also should hit, if you're going to do candle making stuff, hit all the garage sales you can. Some of the big churches, Catholic churches, they have those big monster candles. Well, if they burn down a little bit, they sell off most of the candle unburnt or give it away, and they buy a new big candle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheap paraffin. Good stuff.
Yeah. Jars, recycled jars. If you got the dyes and stuff, you can make, pour in multiple waxes and make it so it's got, psychedelic, make the patterns in it and stuff for a candle. And you just have it in there. You have the wet wick in there and say, And if you get picking up your wax cheap or free like that from garage sales, because at garage sales and stuff, I've seen boxes of candles there, and nobody even looks at it. And you ask, how much are you selling the candles for? They go, $5 for the entire box. And it's like 30 pounds of candles. Okay.
Yeah. When I cleaned my mother-in-law's house out, she had, and I'm still got 3 milk crates full of all the different votive candles, the vanillas, all the flavors and all that stuff, plus the little tiny metal can ones.
Yeah.
My wife's like, get rid of them, throw them out. I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
I brought them home. I melted a bunch down there, and I made number 10 can candles with 5 wicks in them.
Yep.
And then I sealed the metal can like I did in that one video I did. Yeah. I put a pack of matches in there in a Ziploc bag and put it inside after it was all cooled down, ready to go, sealed the lid on there. I left them out at the cabin, paint the can so it doesn't rust, and I now have emergency candles that'll probably heat my cabin without turning a wood stove on.
You also have a
fire starter.
No, you also have a stove, a portable little stove. If you have like 6 or 8, you have them in a pattern in a circle and one in the middle and stuff. Yeah. And you, I did a video on how to turn a charcoal starter, tube thing into a stove using it. And you just put the clips on the side to hold the frying pan up off it or the pot up off of it, so it gets air in there.
As long as you don't mind cleaning that black carbon off the bottom of your pan, it'll work.
Well, that's why you have a cheap pan for that.
Yep. Not Teflon. Yeah. No stick. Just use stainless. Yeah. Or cast iron. It doesn't matter. And
the jars, you can use regular, canning jars, especially the cheap, crappy ones they're selling now by the once famous name brands. And you can get these little plastic lids that screw on there, and just sell it as a as a candle and stuff. And it works pretty good for that stuff. But yeah, there is a lot of things you think about it. What am I good at? What sort of hobbies do I like doing for fun?
Or what kind of skill do you have that you could use to help somebody and make a few bucks off it? And then word of mouth travel. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the other thing, skills. Wiring, plumbing, concrete work, carpentry, cabinet making. There's a lot of skills out there where you can do stuff. One of the guys that I know back in California, he was working for a cabinet shop till the guy retired and shut down the cabinet shop. He wouldn't sell to any of the employees. No, shut it down because he turned around and sold the property for buku bucks.
Yeah, left everything in it.
Not with everything in it, just sold the stuff, sold everything off, sold the property, and but the guy had been doing stuff on the side on Saturday and Sunday, going out and repairing cabinets and stuff, and he already had a thing. And within a year, he opened his own cabinet shop, hired some of the other guys back, and was running his own cabinet shop.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like I said, my brother and I did chimney sweeping. We, for many, many years, we were doing concrete work, and doing landscaping. We do landscaping jobs on the weekend. When I say landscaping job, all right, person wants, they have no sprinklers in the yard. Yard looks like crap. They want to put in a lawn. They want to put in proper hedges and stuff. My brother would go in there, make the bid and stuff, and then I would engineer the water, the plumbing for all the sprinklers and stuff, and the valves and the numbers and stuff. And he'd give them the price, and we would come in we'd go out Friday night and put their sprinklers, their hose sprinkler on timers and wet the lawn down good, and then come in lawn, the weeds and the small grass that's trying to grow, and come in with rototillers, rototill it up, trench it, do everything. And Sunday morning we'd lay sod, and we got a lot of word of mouth work on it, more than what we could do. And he started out by hiring all his friends from school. The summer of, actually it was junior year, between junior and senior year, he started doing that because our cousin had owned Green Thumb Landscaping, and he was giving him small side jobs that he couldn't, he didn't want to waste his time on. And so he was giving him it for a percentage of it. And the year after he graduated, that's what he did full time all summer long. And that fall, he bought his house from a side hustle during high school. Granted, it was a house that at the time was on he assumed a VA loan on it, so it had a 1.5% interest loan on it. But hey, yeah, there's you think outside the box, think of things you can do. Oh, Courtney, White Family Farm, with all her chickens, guess what she sells? Eggs. And she on Facebook, she'll post up, we got eggs for sale, so many dozen, blah 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 blah. They'll be out there at the thing at such and such time, because it hits everybody locally too that follow her. And yeah, and then when the eggs are all gone, she says, all right, eggs are gone, I'll let you know when we got more out there. And 2 days later, we got so many dozen eggs. And that's one of those. That's more. Sometimes that's more of the honor system ones. But she has some people that messenger her. All right, I want eggs this time. I'll come pick them up at your house. I'll come pay you directly. I don't want to take a chance on catching them out. Someone else beating me to it out there. And so she has some people that buy eggs from her directly that way all the time. And that's the other thing that Courtney does. She's a little bit of a comedic artist, and she paints these really cute, goofy looking chickens and stuff. Big eyes, making things and stuff. Oh, they're sold. Boom, just like people like that. It's when she has time to do the painting and stuff and not taking care of Fred, yeah, she makes those up and they're gone. So it's something else to think about. Doing arts and crafts stuff like that, and selling stuff as well. Okay, I'm looking at the time here. I think we got everything yet. So coming up on Monday we're going to be talking about storage and reheating containers for food, leftovers and stuff like that, and just making up large batches, not leftovers, but large batches of food, and how to store them safely and stuff in containers you can reheat. In other words, we're getting away from the plastic as much as possible. Tuesday on Tactical Tuesday is notebooks. They're deadly. They're dangerous. Beware of notebooks. We're talking about what's going on with people freaking out over people using pen and paper. Let's see. Thursday's the Midnight Ride. Next Friday on Camp Patton Family Compound, it's going to be a controversial one. Handout, hand up, or empty hand. And then next Saturday is going to be a bum day for me. It's one of my days of sorrow, and so I'll be talking about stuff that has from my life and everything that's gone wrong and stuff and other things. And then we'll just get into general chat and stuff and dealing with things that depress you and keep you down. So that's what we'll be talking about next Saturday. All right. And with that, we're going to wrap it up with this. Stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish. Keep adding to your preps: water, food, medicine, clothing, learning a new skill, plant an indoor garden. We have the Indoor Garden Challenge starting on January 1st. It runs for the full year, and seeing who can grow the most food indoors. All right. So we'll see you hopefully on Monday over on Camp Patton Family Compound. Take care, everyone.
Have a good night.